Hey guys, this is Nikki on FM99. I am sitting here with Gavin Rossdale of Bush. How are you?
I am great. I'm great. I'm great.
It's good to see
I'm
you.
good. I'm good. I'm better now, weirdly, talking to you and I like come alive and stuff like that. I was probably mooching around earlier, but I feel good now.
Yeah, good. I love that. How have you been doing? Where are you locked down right now?
Are we into lockdown again?
Well, I mean, not really, but where are
Yeah,
you,
I am.
what
No, I
are
mean,
you
I have
doing?
been. I'm at my house. I'm at home, just home.
In Los Angeles?
Los Angeles, yeah,
Okay.
California. So it's still like blazing hot sun and weird things and fires, unfortunately. So
Wow.
hope that's going. But have they figured out who's the president yet?
I
I'm,
don't think we're going to figure that out for at least another week or so, I imagine. Yeah, I know. I just had to turn it off. I figure once they figure it out, we'll all know.
yeah, it's quite nice to not have to move before someone tells you to vote, right? Like every single thing.
Yeah.
Like that was just amazing. I even had friends of mine, this girl I know, she wrote me and was saying vote. And I was thinking, we're friends. What? Why are you bugging me about voting? Like I'm a grown adult. Like, of course I'm going to vote. And like, then telling me who to vote for. It's like so weird. I was like, and now I get it. You're kind of strung up pretty high about this election, but can you leave me alone?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
really,
and that's supposed to be like one of those things you don't discuss with friends and family. It's like,
yeah. Oh God. Well, not in the social media world. I mean, her posts were all like, oh my God, just no. That went out the window. That was a. I mean, I think intergenerational discussions of politics is always going to be really challenging. Intergenerational.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, people, the people that I know and friends of mine that are sort of up and really big on social media, they're sort of, active and all, against all the tyranny of the world and racism and homophobia and, minority bashing or any shaming of any kind. They're really super PC,
yeah,
like super,
yeah. Like, why can't we all just get along?
right, as we should.
Yeah. So I have to say happy belated birthday to
Thank
you.
you so much. Yeah, that was
Your
fun.
30th, just a few days ago. How did you spend
Yeah.
your birthday?
I was with my boys and I had three other people, a married couple, a really old friend of mine I've known a long time, and a friend of mine who's an actor. Everyone was like sort of tested and all that stuff. And my son is 14. He's really worried about it. He's came down. He's like had the mask on in the house. I was like, in the house. So we all ate outside anyway. So it was fine. But
Yeah.
it's just so sad. It's so sad, the whole COVID thing, and I feel bad when you go. I have been to a couple of places. I had to go somewhere for my friend's birthday because it's his birthday as well. So I had to go to like a Bloomingdale's.
Yeah.
And I went in and it's just like, and it was really hardly anyone there, and everyone wearing masks, and it was really like there's something really sad. Because I always feel like everyone's like sort of mini Hannibal Lecters, we have to wear them, but everyone looks really. Are you wearing because it's scary, or what's like? Are you gonna bite me? And there's teeth under there. What is going on? You just don't know.
Yeah.
And I sort of can't help it feel a bit sad for everyone, collectively.
Yeah.
But obviously, everyone's got to we've got to beat it and stay safe. So it is what it is.
I'm ready for it to be done,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yes.
So while you were in quarantine back when, other than working out from as I can see from all the pictures that have been about you all over, the internet playing tennis. What else did you do when you It's a good thing.
It's the balance. They just come there. You can't really stop them coming anyway. They
Yeah.
just they know my schedule, and I don't have a court at my house. I'm like a regular, so I have to go to. I don't belong to a tennis club. I don't know. I mean, I do belong to a tennis club, but I'm not really that type. I don't know. I don't know. I should. I probably should.
Yeah,
Anyhow, so I go to the park. I'm like, why shouldn't I? It's a beautiful park right near me, 5 minutes away, and they just know my schedule. So it's really
yeah.
like, oh no. And anyway, so yes, basically balancing that, eating like a pig to balance out the working out. I don't know, in the kitchen or ordering in, and just doing regular stuff. You know, I've been starting to, you know, play a lot of guitar and studying a bit of that and try and get better at that. And that's it, really. You know, there's the deluxe version of our record came out, so I recorded Heroes with Mike Garson, who's Bowie's piano player. I recorded with him for an event that he was doing. So I did that, and then he played on Undone, which is one of the songs on The Kingdom.
Yep.
And so, you know, bits of things like that, and, you know, being in the studio and mixing things, working on a little bit of new stuff, because, you know, basically we will be going on tour, I suppose, next June, July, right? Well, that's when it probably seems like the logic of when it might happen. I don't know why I picked that, but it's sort of like, it's got to be done by then.
Yeah.
You know, probably have to, you know, you have a new record to accompany that. So it's just a case of just keeping on and keeping in the ring and keeping fit, you know, on all fronts.
Yeah, no, definitely. So you mentioned The Kingdom, your 8th studio album. It was released in July. And then The Kingdom Deluxe came out on your birthday with some extras. You also mentioned the song Heroes, the David Bowie song. What made you choose to cover that song?
Mike asked me to do a song for a charity event. And he said, you can choose any song you want. So I thought about Wild as the Wind as my first choice because I love that song. I mean, I love Bowie, so I love most of his songs. And then he said, yeah, so we did a version of that in 1978. You can see it on TV. And then he had me look at Nina Simone doing a version of it. And I was like, I am out. Bowie, someone, Nina Simone, I'm out. I'm like, you did that. I think you scaled that mountain. And so I said, have you ever done a really mournful version of Heroes? You know, really slow, elegiac, you know, meditative. He goes, no. So I said, okay, can you play it as slow as possible? Like just barely moving, just creeping across the piano. And he sent it to me, and I went into Corey, my bass player's studio, just recorded that vocal. And then I was staying in Malibu at the time, so I just walked on the beach and someone filmed me from like 30 feet away. It was the most kind of pandemic conscious video song recording ever made in the history of pandemics. So then when they said, oh, we're going to do this, you know, deluxe. And I was like, well, this is really good, this song. And then he, as an artistic exchange, he played on Undone for me. And just, you know, I sent him that, and then he played on it.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then we mixed it. And so we've got that, and there's 2 other songs that we left off the record. And a couple of live songs. We always have a couple of live tracks. I don't know why, if anyone cares about live recording.
Of course.
Here's a slightly less good version of the record. Here's a more spirited version of the record with a crowd. You know, it's like,
except for right now,
we did have that live record that's amazing, and Stevie Ray Vaughan, Superstition is amazing. So there are a few live things that I do love, but generally they're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're all really missing the sound of live music, though. So I feel like now more than ever, all of those live songs, you know, we're all gravitating to. We've got a Facebook question. Loved you guys at Lunatic Luau 2019. First time I ever listened, saw you was at that show. Yeah, you were at our Lunatic Luau last year.
That was not a question, of course. That's a beautiful statement.
It was a beautiful statement. Yeah, I assume.
Beautiful statement, and I love that. I could live on that statement.
Yeah.
Incredible. That's
let's see. Dave said, what led you to remix Mouth? How did it get used as in an American Werewolf in London?
Wow, going back a couple of summers. We just did a remix record. Actually, my label did a remix record. I guess they were sort of trying to honor some shady contract they were trying to honor with Interscope. And they just presented me one day with a remix record. I was like, what is this? And they were just trying to sort of bring out another record, I guess. But inadvertently, there were a few great mixes on there. Nightmares on Wax was one of them, you know, and they did the Mouth thing. So that's how it came about, really. And then I guess people just liked it. And like all licensing, we just all want all of our material to sort of find different places to appear. So that's just really lucky. Like John Wick, was so great for Bullet Holes to be in John Wick, because that really set off this record really, really well, you know. So the great licensing is always a fantastic, you know, bonus.
Yeah, so that was actually one of my questions. So Bullet Holes, it's in John Wick 3, Parabellum. Did you write it for the movie, or did they pick it up after it was done?
No, they just they heard it and were like, it was perfect for them with the bullet holes and
Yeah.
the emotional wasteland, and then the symphonies, and you know, it just fit with their imagery. I know I did. I mean, I should, if I want it. I'm not a liar, so I won't do it. But if I was good, if I was like Pinocchio, I would be like, yeah, totally saw the movie and just got a vibe, you know, caught a vibe and just wrote a song. Yeah, not really. I've done that before and I actually like it. I've done it for TV shows, 2 TV shows I've written the themes for, and I totally watched the trailers of both, the first episode, and wrote the songs afterwards for that, which was, I really enjoyed that process. But unfortunately, in John Wick, I didn't do that.
Yeah. Well, still, I mean, the song, it really is perfect. I mean, you know, you listen to it, and anybody who loves John Wick.
I did say all along is that I think we all feel like John Wick to a certain extent. We just don't have to fight our way through every day like that, like, you know, physical fighting. But I just feel harassed. Don't you feel slightly harassed? I mean, maybe the pandemic has changed your perspective. But before then, didn't you feel like you had slightly too little time for everything, and not enough time for anything that you really, really wanted and really loved, you know?
Yeah.
I 100% found that, you know?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I'm with you completely.
So you have the John Wick in you too.
Well,
You're
yeah.
Wick. I don't know, you know? It's like we all feel that. Jesus Christ, who's that running after me? What have I done now? What's happened?
Yeah, I do wish I was as much of a badass as John Wick, though. That would be nice.
Yeah, we all do. So sometimes when I'm like mad at someone, it's like, you know, you sort of think, you know, we could do this, this, and this, but you couldn't. But you wish you could.
Yeah, you can do it in your head. Just
yeah. I'm gonna kill you with a book.
That's right. That's right. Just don't touch my dog. Right. So along with the Kingdom Deluxe version, you're doing some drive-in concerts.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately for us, they're in California. But tell me about that.
Well, sorry, I was just being just found these weird things I was doing in the city. We are doing 2 shows in Del Mar Fairgrounds and Ventura Fairgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 20 and 21 in November, which is only a few weeks away.
Yeah.
We're doing a show. We're playing. It's kind of weird. And I think, I'm not sure, it's probably in a stadium, but like 400 cars can get in there. I think as many people can fit in the car come in as they have seatbelts. So who knows what people are going to be doing. But it's going to be sort of tailgating. Like we're finally the tailgaters got it right. And I wanted people to be cooking up a storm or whatever they'll be doing. But, you know, they'll just be hanging out, ice chests, you know, drinking and horns and lights. And, you know,
I love it.
I don't know. It's going to be amazing to do something, even though it's not quite there. I've heard that people have a great time at them.
Yeah.
I mean, I do notice that I'm doing 2 of them. I'm not doing 42 of them. So I don't know quite, you know, I'm not sure the reason for that. Because I would sure hope there would be the demand, but I don't really know. So I guess we're sort of doing experimental 2, see how it works out, and then take it from there. But we're looking forward to playing.
Yeah, so that was my next question was, do you have more planned? So I guess maybe it's one of those, like you said, see how it goes and make sure everybody.
I literally am the last to know all this stuff. I just don't.
They just tell you where to be.
Well, they said, do you want to do these drive-in shows? These offers came in. I was like, yeah, we should do something. Let's try that. So I agreed to it, but I don't have any. I didn't have any further input about it or anything like that. You know.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that I'm ready to see you guys live again. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, I can't wait.
Now let's see another Facebook comment. Loved when you guys performed at Lunatic Luau 2019. You guys never disappoint. I've been going for years. Seeing Bush was one of my favorites.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, we always love when we get you guys here.
I mean, we love playing live, and it's funny. I think it sort of comes out of respecting everyone else as well. Like, every other band that's just being fully aware that this is a really competitive line of work, and there's really great bands. And if you get, you're lucky enough to be on a main stage at an event like that, or any stage, you just have to smash it, or else someone else is going to come in and just take that away from you. And you just can't. You can be totally cool and be sort of a really good citizen in life, but when you're out there doing your thing, it has to be kind of like no holds barred, UFC music.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, no, absolutely. And you guys, I mean, you're always, every time I've seen you, you're terrific. So, now obviously with the new album coming out, or the new album out, you mentioned touring next year. Would that be your plan? Like once things were somewhat settled and back to some semblance of normal, would that be your plan to go back on the road and live shows?
Yeah, I mean, I still I would be very mindful as usual through the prism of my kids, so I wouldn't disappear for 365 days, but I certainly want to be back on tour. And the funny thing is about my kids is that my eldest was always the one, he didn't really like going on tour. So when I go away, when I go in the summer, they just come wherever I am, they fly in and out and spend a week in, week off. And lately he wasn't into it these last couple of years as he got older, he wasn't into it.
Yeah.
And so it was tricky, and so it was a real dampener on it. But now he's in his own band and he's loving playing and singing. So he's going to want to come on tour the whole time. I mean, he's harassing me to come out on stage with me, to play and sing, do something. And so I'm excited about that because he's now of an age, and the other two just won't mind. They just love it because it's just like cheeseburgers, room service, and movies, and infinite candy at every because there's craft services everywhere. I can't stop it. So they go donut hunting and winning every day. So yeah, it's gonna be. I look forward to it. I mean, outside of that, I want to just tour a lot and play a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of your boys, so the oldest is 14, you said?
Yeah.
How old are the other two?
12 and 6.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine going on tour with dad. Nothing about that sounds bad.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So I read something the other day that had a quote in it, something that you said that kind of struck me. You said, armed with a sense that you are armed with a sense that you are on your life's correct course. Yeah, I mean, it said you said it. It's a great.
I should put that in a bottle and shampoo with it every day. Shampoo my eyebrows with it.
Yeah. So, well, okay. So I was curious, like, what led to that?
That I said I was on my right course.
Yeah, like what you said.
Well, yeah, I think, as you mature and you come through life and you try and remove as much toxicity from your life as possible and surround yourself with who you should. And I surround myself with really, really, really few people for exactly that reason.
Absolutely.
And so I think that everyone around me is reasonably dependable, and I don't live in a life of regret or a life of I wish I could have this, I wish I could have that, because that'd be like a terrible way to live. And I think we find ourselves where we should be, and I feel, I have terrible days as well. Yesterday was hilarious. It was like so mad all day. I didn't even work out what I was so mad about. I was like really good to sit down and talk to myself and be, listen, what's happening? I guess there was just so much tension that I just felt it. And then today I feel a bit better, and I'm doing this, I'm enjoying this, and I'm going to work this afternoon. So I feel in a good space. So I'm not like wandering around smiling like a goon the whole time. like I'm found, it's like some things are really annoying to me and really unfulfilled. But I did make a pledge to myself and a promise to as a gift to myself this year was to be as effective as possible at like looking after myself as who I should be with, where I should be, what I should be doing. And that makes all the difference, because it's really easy to fall into the wrong around the wrong people, doing the wrong things, giving yourself the wrong expectations, and then the wrong pressures coming in. And I just like being creative and where I'm at. And so yeah, going to play live is gonna be amazing.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. You also have a talent search series that you're going to be judging called No Cover, along with Alice Cooper, Lizzie Hale, and some others. I know it has to do with all original music. Talk to me about that.
It's a TV show. Bands coming in with their own material. We watch them play it, perform it, listen to recordings, I guess, because they were recording it, and just do a show for kind of rock music, metal music, whatever it is. Rock, it's basically the genre of rock.
Yeah.
And me, Alice Cooper, Lizzie from Hailstorm. There's Tobin Abassi, who's an incredible experimental guitar player. Okay. So it's gonna be fun. It's like 10 days. It's like a real job. You're gonna have to go every day. I don't even know what the hours are or anything. That's my first question. He said, "You want to do this? Like, what are the hours?
Yeah. Do I have to put on pants?"
Oh yeah, I would think so. Yeah. I'm okay with wearing pants. That's not.
That wasn't a highlight of quarantine. Was not having to wear pants. Let's see.
I always like to be in. I think clothes are like armor, so I don't have a specific like lounging outfit versus a sort of a visit the radio station outfit as opposed. I'm just sort of like I kind of got one thing, a few variations of one thing.
Yeah, fair. I think that's most people, whether they want to admit it or not. Eric Johnson, Gavin, will you reprise your role in the next Constantine movie?
I would. It's the one. It's the only sequel I'm looking forward to. That's it.
Yeah.
I wonder why they didn't make another one. When I went to the Parabellum premiere in New York, I did say to Keanu, I was like, so how come they didn't do the sequel? He goes, I guess it didn't make enough money. So it's really annoying being a specialist hit because people love that movie. I meet people all the time love Constantine. This was like, it's just extreme devotion, not extremely popular, not massive, where they're like, we got to make this again. We can make money here. Like, when they don't do a sequel, I mean, are they actually doing a sequel? I hope so. But
that's kind of what he made it sound like. I don't know.
I don't think they are. Well, maybe they are, and they're doing it behind my back.
What?
Oh my God.
No, certainly not. No.
Well, they might. You never know.
Let's see. What is it like to break onto the scene from Britain in the middle of the grunge era with all these other bands from Seattle and the West Coast?
What was it like? It was just a mind mess up, because just came from literal obscurity to being on the radio and having the hit song with Zen, and being within that, put in that genre of music when we were from London. So it was a mind messer upper, and it was a beautiful thing, and it's what propelled me to here. So something I'm eternally grateful for.
Absolutely, yeah, because here you are, a few years later.
16 margaritas later.
That's right. Yes, 16 margaritas. I like that. I'm gonna start going with that.
Well, that would be 16,000.
Well, yeah.
From then, yeah.
Yeah, I know nothing about that. So the video that you guys did for Flower on a Grave, I hear you guys did it in one take.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how it happened?
That is what happened. And I did think, I went straight to Lazy and thought, wow, I'm going to be home in 2 hours from this video shoot. That's my first thought. I couldn't help it. It was a terrible thought. It was the first thing I thought. Well, I love these hours.
Yeah.
And then we actually were there quite a long time, from 4 in the afternoon till 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. So it wasn't a time saver, but it was an incredible thing. We had a great time. And Jesse, we worked for many years, Jesse Daly. He never told me which version did we, because we began shooting at 11:30. We rehearsed until 11:30, so he moved. So he never did tell me whether the take we used was like from 1 a.m. or 12:30, because we shot the last one at 4:15, I think, like that. I can't believe we looked any good at that point. Like, not a good look,
Yeah, you probably looked dazed, I would imagine.
Definitely confused.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. No, nobody's in their right mind after at 4 o'clock in the morning.
All I could drink, we had a couple of beers, but had a couple of beers. Then it was just like illy, kind of like those little sort of coffee cappuccinos in a tin, just to keep awake, and like buzzed up. So you get in at like 5, and you're just like, just feel horrible.
Yeah, you're like, let's just keep going. Let's do the rest right now. So the Constantine was mentioned. You were also in Zoolander, and I know a few others. Do you have any more acting plans? How did it feel?
Well, first off, I wasn't in Zoolander. I was in one shot. It's just in Wikipedia. But I've been in 7 movies, so I'd rather the ones I've been in. I mean, I was in Sofia Coppola's last movie. That's much better than Zoolander. I wasn't in Zoolander.
Yeah, I know.
It's a common made mistake because it's on my Wikipedia or IMDb. But I literally was in one shot, one frame.
Yeah.
It's like, you're in Zoolander. I was like, well, not really. But anyway, I just shot a movie that's going to come out, I guess, in the new year, I suppose now. It's called Habit, with Bella Thorne, and Paris Jackson plays Jesus.
Okay.
So I have that, and I'm doing that same director, Janelle Shercliffe. I'm doing her movie, shooting it next year. So I still keep doing it, little things and pieces. And so this movie is really good. And I have a decent part in it. I'm billed quite high in it. Like, I don't know why.
I love it.
Second in it. It's like, it says Bella Thorne, then my name. And I'm like, really? So, but it was a great experience, really fun.
Yeah. So what do you like better, being on the big screen or being on stage live in front of an audience? I think I know the answer, but.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a funny question. I mean, obviously I love my life, but I do really, really, really love being acting. I don't know what it is. I really like the way that people can, when they get it right, bring words on a page to life and give them all this life. I find it like really fascinating, and it's a really incredible talent. And so I just love that experience, And so I've done a few TV shows now. Haven't done one for a minute, but I did Criminal Minds and Hawaii Five-0, and I've done I think 6 or 7 movies now, and 4 Zoolander. And I love Ben Stiller. He's incredible.
Yeah.
So I would love to do more with him, or do one with him, but I can't. It's like people go, it's just not. I can't claim that as a credit because it's not the case.
Well, it was a cameo. You made an appearance.
It was a cameo. Yeah, it was a cameo. It was a cameo.
Yeah. And Ben Stiller's a funny guy. I would imagine he'd be fun to work with.
Yeah, in my case, very quick.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Done. Thank you.
Me too. I'm out. Yeah, those are good hours. Well, awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time out to chat with us today.
Of course, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to be able to talk to you. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing you guys back. I'm hoping sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I know, like everybody else, I'm jonesing for it. So the Kingdom and the Kingdom Deluxe version, that one came out October 30th. Love it. And looking forward to hopefully, maybe some more drive-in concerts until we can be face-to-face, audience to stage again.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you. And hopefully we'll see you soon.
Have a great day.
All right. You too.